my name is Anna Marie Sinatra, the CEO of Sinatra Solutions, a coaching, consulting, and training firm that partners with you to catapult you to the next level in whatever it is that you're up to. Whether you're an individual that wants to sharpen your skills professionally, maybe it's leadership development, maybe you're the owner of a business and you have employees that you have to manage, maybe you're a manager, we can do that together. And if you're a business or an organization and you want to create those peaceful working atmospheres where your employees can work together as a team, we can do that with diversity training and conflict resolution and soft skill training. We can do it. We can partner together to get you where you want to be.
Hi, I'm Ava Sammarco, the Practical Nurse. I enjoy bringing you current and up-to-date health information for today's changing world. And I do this by hosting Health Focus.
And I host Health Matters.
And we collaborate to bring you focus on health matters.
So before we get started, we want to thank some of our sponsors. We want to thank Mattress and More, where Maddie Mattress is educating us in a variety of ways on how to get a restful sleep. You could never believe there's so much information when you're looking for a new mattress. If you have problems getting a good night's sleep, maybe you have some injuries like I did, knowing all the different details about those mattresses is so important, and he's doing such a fine job in educating the community.
Go right to sleep.
Yeah.
Also, we'd like to thank Western New York Imaging Associates, Dr. Frank Mascaro, providing state-of-the-art imaging equipment to assist you in your time of need. With many locations throughout Western New York, Kenton MRI, Lockport MRI, and Western New York MRI, downtown Buffalo, and his equipment in several other facilities throughout Western New York.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah, you would be. He's like all over.
Wow.
Yep.
Great.
And we want to thank Joe DeMarco from Wings Flights of Hope, where his volunteer pilots are flying sick children and people all over the United States in their time of need, whether it's a transplant service or, somebody gets that call in the middle of the night. God knows if you had to call the airlines, you pay a fortune. They have volunteer pilots that stay on call waiting for you to call them. So without any further ado, you want to tell them about making sure they got those pens and papers.
Pens and papers.
So
Let's
you take
go.
lots of
Yep.
notes and let's
That's
get
right.
started.
Mm-hmm.
This is so exciting.
Oh, I am so excited to be here.
We are in a brand new studio, first time taping in this studio, and it is absolutely state of the art, just beautiful.
Just beautiful. I couldn't wait. I was so looking forward to this.
I know we've been waiting a while for this one.
Yes, we have.
And I'm so excited because we have an amazing guest.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, if you don't have those pens and papers ready, boy, you want to get those, and because we're going to give you lots of good information. You want to write down that information because that information is power only when you act on it. And how many times have we talked to people about how important it is what you put on your body?
Exactly. What you put into your body.
What you put into your body, and all those who are still drinking soda pop.
Yes.
I'm always talking about it's the first step to take is to stop drinking soda pop and start drinking water.
Right.
Well, I hope you've done that because now we're going to get even more information about water.
Water today. Yes, we are.
So much information that you want to write this all down so your head doesn't start spinning.
When we're going around.
So without any further ado, we're going to introduce you to Donna Adams, right? Am I saying it right, Donna?
Yes.
Donna Adams, who's going to tell us a little bit about her personal story and her journey and knowledge and education. Yeah.
Yes, well, thank you for having me on, Anna Marie.
Oh, you're very welcome.
And
Thank you.
I have been searching for years to answers to be in the best of health. And I have not had tap water for probably 30 years.
Wow.
And because it made me sick, I would get acid reflux. And so I tried many different kinds of water, and I still didn't feel in tip-top condition. And I actually had some tumors in my body, cancerous tumors.
Wow.
And I was out in California, And I met this woman, and I believe I was supposed to meet her, and she told me about alkaline water.
Wow. So now before you go into the alkaline water, because you said you've tried lots of different kinds of waters.
Yes.
And I'm sure lots of other different, both traditional and
Yes.
complementary medicines.
Yes.
Because your path has been a long one. We talked a lot in the green room.
Yes, we have.
So
Yeah.
we know that your path has been a long, slow journey of educating yourself, and that's what we're always trying to do, is to educate people. So tell us a little bit more about that.
Well, I actually grew up in the country drinking well water. And as you know, our water's not the same it used to be.
No.
Yeah.
Everything goes down into the ground and seeps into our water supply. And spring waters and bottled waters, as you know, from the heat, if you're out in the summer, the plastic actually can get into the water
Yes.
from
Right.
the heat.
Yes. I've heard that
So-
quite a bit. Quite a
yes.
bit. I used to keep those plastic bottles in my car and then come in the water would still be so warm and I think, oh, I'm thirsty, I'm going
Yes.
to drink it anyways. Now I try not to use those at all.
Yes.
And what you said too, I'm glad that Donna brought up the point about, because it happens for why it's a good idea to eat organic too. Because our soil, our life is so different now than what it used to be, with all the chemicals that we're using for
Exactly.
our crops.
Exactly.
And all that water, like I used to drink spring water all the time, bottled spring water, until someone like yourself came and educated me and said, how do you know what's flowing into that spring water?
You
Yes.
don't know.
You don't know.
But alkaline water, when we talked about it before, alkaline meaning not non-acidic, right? Is
Yes.
that what we're saying?
Yes.
So instead of that, it's more alkaline, more, as we say, your acids and bases, more basic then. So
Yes.
it's not as it won't burn your insides or anything.
No, not at all. And because our body's made up of about 75% water, the water we put in is very important to our health and longevity, our quality of health. And I discovered on my own that the water I was drinking was just not making me healthy. And I met this woman in California, and I believe I was meant to meet her. And I just saw a little sign above her store that said alkaline water, and it said it helps with inflammation and pain, and it dehydrates your body. And dehydration is so important. Two of the biggest causes of cancer are stress and dehydration. And some people are dehydrated and they don't even know it. And especially in the summertime, it's very dangerous to be dehydrated.
Yes, yes.
And this water actually hydrates your body, super hydrates your body. And that's what you need. And actually, if our brain's dehydrated, we can't function properly.
Right, right.
It's amazing to me when I talk to people, or I'll take my granddaughter out to dinner or whatever, and I tried to get her to drink more water, and she said, I don't want water. You know, she wants chocolate milk or milk or juice. And I'm always, every time I go pick her up, I have that little bottle for her, and I have a bigger bottle for me. And, you know, I'm always trying to get water down her because I know how important it is to drink that water.
Yes, it's true. A lot of people don't drink as much water as they should. We should be drinking 6 to 8 glasses a day. But for myself, I know I was not a big water drinker, and I think my body was telling me the water I was drinking was not good for me, not
Wow.
agreeing with me. And I think that's true with a lot of people. And this alkaline water, when it's given to cats are so finicky. Once they have it, they won't drink anything else.
Right, you were telling us that. Now, how does it taste, though, alkaline water? Does it taste any different?
Well, it tastes like water, but you won't smell the chemicals in it. You know, the acid.
Gee.
You can acetic water actually accentuates chlorine or anything toxic in the water. So you're going to smell it more, and it will burn your feet in the shower. Where alkaline water does the opposite. You will have skin like a baby
Wow.
if you shower in alkaline water.
Now, how did you come to realize, from all the different modalities and the different things that you were trying, did you have, like, I don't know when exactly you were diagnosed with the cancer, if you know, like if you were trying other things back then before you started drinking the alkaline water, or like how did you know that it was some of the things you were doing weren't helping, that you wanted to take a look at the water being the issue?
Well, it was a long journey and a search. I went to many doctors, and I started going to alternative doctors. And I actually had gone to a medical doctor that found his patients weren't getting well with traditional medicine, and he started doing alternative. And I started with him, and from there I just kept going, looking for answers, talking to people, hearing other people's stories and what worked for them. And it's just amazing. If we keep looking for the answers, we will find them.
It's amazing, and that's what's so nice. It's so great that you know, are here on this program today, because we can benefit, and everybody who's watching today could benefit, because I'm feeling that for you, you know, because I know even for my own self, from a car accident that was pretty severe. My car was totaled, and the doctors want to put you on all these medications and do all this stuff. And initially, even with the education I have, you know, you want to follow your doctor's prescriptions, you know, or orders, because you want your body to heal. Then you realize that all the medicine that you're taking always has side effects too. You
Exactly.
must see that too,
As a
Ava,
nurse,
as a
yes.
nurse, yeah.
Sometimes the side effects are worse than the actual medication.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
My goodness.
So if there's like an alternative way, I mean, that can be beneficial, you know, I'm a firm believer in that too, definitely. I mentioned to Donna that is there fluoride in alkaline water? That's for your teeth.
Well, the alkaline water is actually has all that filtered out, because the
see.
fluoride in the water is added, and that fluoride, we do need fluoride for our teeth, but the fluoride that's added is actually very bad for our stomach, and
see.
So it doesn't really help.
And it's funny that Ava asked that question, because that was the first question that I had asked
Yes,
you
right.
too. Because I know that we talk about, you know, third world countries, their teeth decay so much quicker.
Yes.
And we put the fluoride in our water, put a lot of things in our water. Like, how do you know what's beneficial and what isn't?
Well, there is natural fluoride that you can get, and there's a difference between the natural fluoride and the chemical that's added to our water.
I see.
And actually, the alkaline water will restore your teeth, because it's the acid that wears away at your teeth. Yes, they'll make your teeth sparkle.
And you talked about acid reflux too, that a lot of people have
Suffer
acid-
with that, yes.
That's a huge thing
Definitely.
Yes,
today as well.
I used to get acid reflux just from not even eating anything, just from drinking water. I mean, you can get it from eating acidic foods,
Right.
but I got it from just drinking nothing but water. So that showed me that the water was not good for me, and my body didn't want it anymore.
You know, I have to tell you that had when I was going to this one doctor for a while, he had provided alkaline water for his patients. And I remember reading and doing my homework, like you should do too. Google it. Not everything you hear on the internet is true. We know that for sure,
know
because we
that,
talked
yes.
about that.
Definitely.
But I did some research, and I did some things. And because I know that even cancer, any disease, can only grow in an acidic body.
Yes.
And so you get the strips, you test your urine, you know, to make sure that your pH is balanced. And so I had researched the foods that it would take to get the body into pH, and no matter how much food I would eat, my body would stay acidic. I couldn't do it. And then when I was seeing this one doctor for after my car accident, and he had the alkaline water there, within a couple of hours, that's what he said. He said, test your urine after like a couple hours of drinking the water. I was perfectly balanced pH. And it felt so good to do that for the time that I was, you know, seeing him. And so I'm going to have to do a little bit more research and get on top of this one too, because it just feels intuitively, you know, like, so we have to do when you hear the information, you do your research, you pray about it if you pray, you do what you need to do, and figure out what's best for yourself.
Now I have a question. Does it make your urine less acidic? Because you need some amount of acid
Yes.
in your urine.
It
So you can
definitely
fight
will make
infection.
your body less, your urine less acid, yes.
Okay. So would you be more prone to urinary tract infections then? I just was wondering.
No, because
she's the medical
those
one. She
actually,
has the medical
those
questions.
actually, all the bad germs in your body actually breed in an acid environment.
Okay.
Cancer breeds in an acid environment, bacteria, viruses, all that. So the alkaline is good for you.
Okay, that's what I was wondering because they always test, like Anna Marie was saying, your pH of your urine.
Right. Well, that's right. Don't you always do that when the triage is called the triage? When then you come in, you get all your vitals taken.
Taking a urine sample and
Yeah,
they measure
yeah.
the acidity and things like that. And that's why, being alkaline, I mean, if it's too alkaline, then, that's what I was just wondering.
Probably with all the crazy foods that we eat, I doubt we can ever get too healthy.
Oh, I know it. Oh, I know.
Well, I personally drank a 9.5 pH alkaline, and it's working for me. I had tumors in my neck. I actually saw them shrink from drinking the
Wow.
alkaline water.
Wow.
So I know that it works.
They were
for me.
visible, or an
They were very
X-ray?
visible. Very visible.
Really?
And if I had any sugar, I could actually see them grow bigger. So sugar is very acidic, and
always
cancer
heard-
breeds in an acid environment.
And sugar.
So
I've
if
heard
you
that
drink
cancer
alkaline water,
loves sugar.
the cancer cannot survive in an alkaline environment.
Wow. Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
And that
Oh
works
my
for
goodness.
pets too.
Yes.
Amazing.
No, the alkaline water actually makes you happier, healthier, more energy, makes you younger. When this water is given to an old dog, the dog starts acting like a puppy again. It's amazing.
Oh my
No wonder
goodness.
you're so full of cheer and
Every
vitality.
time my
and
friends see me, they say, "You're getting
smiling."
younger."
Yeah.
I said, "Well, drink the alkaline water."
That's
It
cute.
works great. No,
Oh.
it actually, you'll laugh more if you drink the alkaline water, and everybody needs that.
Yeah.
Laughter's the best medicine.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You can find humor.
I want to go back to the taste too, because I'm sure that some of our viewers have noticed, like if you go to a restaurant, I have, and you have, because I'm always ordering water. Sometimes I have to order an herbal tea just to kill the water taste. Probably not a very good idea, but sometimes you could taste that metal in the water.
Yeah, very metallic.
Yes.
Yes.
And I think, ooh, sometimes there's old pipes that you're getting that from, and
Yes.
it just, and I notice different water, because I'll use bottled water too when I have to, if I'm out, and I didn't bring water with me. Water does have very much a different taste, and I know from drinking the alkaline water in the past too that it has a very smooth, like it's like, I can't even hardly explain it.
Right.
But if you drink it, it just tastes refreshing rather than having like a hard taste or a metal taste.
Yes, and
Or
you
like
don't
an
feel
algae,
thirsty
just like a
after
s-
because it's
yeah.
hydrating you. Where the
Yeah.
other water, you still feel thirsty. You don't feel like you've had any water because it's
Right.
not really quenching your thirst.
Right, exactly. Sometimes, you have that plant taste in the water, too.
Oh yeah.
Especially in the summer when it gets real warm. And you always taste like you're tasting grass or something. I don't know about you, but
You've noticed that?
Yeah.
Well, that brings us to the other thing that we were talking about earlier too, that you can call your municipality and ask for the water research that they do. And I believe it comes out once a year anyways, comes in your bill. If you're like me, you open it, you throw this stuff. I have my little recycling bin, throw it in the recycling bin and just get the bill paid. But once somebody, again, this is what we're here for, to educate you, gives you the information, and if you don't have it or your bill's not due, you want to know, you can call and you can get it, and then you could look to see. It's so funny when we started this conversation how the information just starts coming. I was reading one of my health magazines and it said a website that you can go on and put your municipality in and see how it ranks with other waters in the area.
Yes.
So,
Well, actually, I knew someone in Canada that had the water tested up there. And there was a lot of lead in the water, a lot of aluminum that was put in the water to actually clean it. But because of that being in the water, they had a higher incident of Alzheimer's.
wow.
Yes.
oh my goodness.
Wow.
Because
So
of the lead?
it's amazing.
Wow.
And I knew another woman, her husband had just woke up one day and had all kinds of neurological problems, and they couldn't find out why.
Yep.
And he never had a job where he worked around chemicals. He was a milkman,
Wow.
and he was retired, and he never worked around anything like that.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
There's so much. It's. I love what you said earlier about our world just isn't the way it was, 50 years ago, 100 years ago, 1,000 years ago.
Right.
And with all the chemicals, I mean, it has made it conducive for our fast-paced lifestyle that we have. But it's certainly not good for our health if you look at the obesity rates and the
Yes.
disease rates.
Yes.
And I'm thinking
Exactly.
about when you shared that information about how this area, now they're saying is like the highest for, what is
MS.
it? MS. And what's the
Yes.
other one? There was something else. Was it Alzheimer's or Parkinson's?
Parkinson's, I think.
Parkinson's. And something like that. Google it. Google it.
Google it, but it is
Google,
definitely
Google.
MS. That I know, yes.
Yeah. So I'm always so conscious about, like I said, organic food. And when you go shopping, we talk about shopping the perimeter of the market, instead of the inside. All the lanes inside have all your processed foods. And we think about the air that we're breathing with all the chemical plants in the north towns. And now thinking about, paying more attention to our water, because there's a lot of choices out there. And if we don't educate ourselves, have people like you come on and help us to understand the differences and what it can do for your health.
I know you mentioned earlier about pop. Soda pop is the absolute worst liquid anyone could drink.
Wow.
Because it is so highly acid that you can't even neutralize it with alkaline